So another step closer to the big business on this ultimate global stage for the game. And with it comes heightened expectations, heightened ambitions and aspirations. This place really is sparkling, the atmosphere as strong as the ultimate prize. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here, the supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. It's that familiar feeling again, Jim Beglin. Unerring focus, steely drive.
I have to say, Peter, it would have felt good being out there too. Confidence is something that builds with every little bit of progress you make, and all of a sudden you're on the verge of the quarter-finals. Things can only get harder now.
Well, they're bound to, aren't they?
Fortune favours the brave.
If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. This then the greatest show on the grandest stage. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
A little bias on my part, but Trent Alexander-Arnold is one of the greatest fullbacks around, certainly when it comes to attacking creativity. So naturally, you'll be bound to see him in the front.
Shot, surely! And that is wildly off target. England have had plenty of possession, but few, if any, genuine chances. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped. A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Pinches it off him. And it's Bellingham. Anderson. Here's a shot! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
England with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And that has been knocked clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. Bellingham. And it's Bellingham. O'Reilly.
He looked rushed, he should have waited for some movement.
Alexander-Arnold. Anderson. He's going for goal! Oh, screamer! He's got himself an absolute peach. The goal scorer for England after 37 minutes is number 5, Bellingham. So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. 40 minutes gone, half-time closing in. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. There's the shot!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Foden.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Oh, good spread. And the whistle goes for half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. England up by 1 goal at the halfway point.
Yeah, I like the fact that there was a genuine flow to this game as well as intent. But I can't help feeling that their efforts deserved that little bit more.
England just... And the shot! second goal. They have come roaring back.
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
The goal scorer for Ivory Coast. After
A momentary
48
lapse
minutes
mercilessly exploited.
number 6.
They were absolutely lethal.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so sick.
And there's the shot! That is produced there, the crispest of hits.
Yeah, it didn't come off, but you can praise the drive and the application. It was beautifully hit. Ivory Coast genuinely seem like a side that's confident with the quality they have out wide. They certainly like their little intricate combinations and link-ups.
Well, that's the impression I'm getting.
Yeah, I think you'll want to make sure you give the opposition a different look with each attack, variation, unpredictability. You know, that's always key to success.
And he welcomes it in. Oh, shooting chance! Goal, England! And they've got their lead back. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
England leading now.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Bellingham. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
He is through here.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
They're coming. A big chance! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Substitution for Ivory Coast. Number 11.
Corner number 2
Coming
then.
on the field is number 10. Substitution.
Getting up there! Nearly, but not quite.
That is a really good chance missed, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing.
O'Reilly. He's had it taken off him. Played through into space.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Foden is onto this. Real chance! And that really should have been that.
And that reaction says it all. They had a real chance to tighten the screw there, and it's been blown.
Substitution for Ivory Coast. Number 24.
Ivory Coast have opted to make another change here.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him. Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Just to keeper it, and the shot! And no mistake! This is getting better and better.
Yeah, and he did well not to stray offside there as well, Peter. He just seemed to instinctively know when the ball was going to be delivered, and he got it right.
Substitution for Ivory Coast, number 19.
So we have
Coming
further
on the
activity
field
on the bench
is
here. So the
number
die
9.
is cast. It is time for Mr. Crash Bang Wallop.
Yeah, this will make things interesting. He's definitely one of those players who can deliver in a situation like this.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Well, I think it's just the reward for their application.
Shot a goal! And he hits the net! And what a climax we have here! A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
England really were asking for trouble there by failing to cope with a formidable press.
Ivory Coast give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish.
Well, the mindset has changed. Now they need to find all the courage they can get.
And that has been slung wide. Well, the chip pass hasn't quite come off.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Can he latch on to this? And that is that. England are starting to look good, very good. They're certainly looking like a team with confidence, a winning team. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
England can be really happy with this. I saw it as one of these defining games for them, and they showed real character to get the job done. A big statement for anyone who might be up next.
And now, please turn towards the screen for a special presentation featuring our guest performers today.